Coach, your thoughts on the game?
Yes, sir. We knew coming in we were going to be outsized a little bit. Robert E. Lee brings some big, strong kids, and they play loose and free. And you know, those types of teams are hard to guard. We've not went zone a whole game ever in my whole career, and so I think we went 2 possessions, man, shifted to a zone and stayed in it. But you know, it happened to work out. We were going to have a hard time guarding Vaughn in there and some of those guys. But I think the storyline was when we got the ball, we were aggressive. We shared the basketball. I think we scored off the assist. We attacked their pressure. You know, these 2 guys, holy cow, how good are they? I mean, they're unbelievable players. I've been very fortunate to coach them. And, you know, you got guys like this on the floor. It makes coaching a little easier.
Questions?
2 weeks ago, I mean, you lose to Graham. Just what did you tell the guys coming in? It just seemed like y'all a whole different team.
Yeah, you know, I was aggravated, but I've aggravated myself more than anything. I didn't have my team prepared that night. But hindsight, looking back, it may have won us a state title, to be honest with you. Coach Ervin, Zac's dad, who really is kind of a father of our program, he said in the locker room after that game, he got us all quiet, and he said, this might be what wins it for you. And he happened to be right. We went to work, and the guys started really focusing on little things defensively and really focusing on getting the basketball second, third, fourth side of the floor and getting better shots. We went 10 or so games, and we just had a poor shot selection across the board. And so that loss, it was big. You know, it's like in life, you know, when things don't go your way, you know, you learn from it, and hopefully the next time it comes around, you're better for it. That's kind of what happened there.
Mac, could you write this any better when you go out like this?
It was such a up and down journey. This is, if I could just say, this state championship is more than a state championship in this program. We feel like we've been through so much, and this is for all the guys before us, and it's for all the guys that's coming up, and for Coach Vermillion, he deserves it, and can't thank him enough.
Mac, every time we talked this year, you said, I don't care about the record, all I care about is coming to Richmond and winning in Richmond. You've done that now, you were kind of reflecting on the season. What the storybook kind of ending was this for you?
Did I beat the record? No, I'm supposed to. You know, I feel like I'm that guy I'm going to enjoy this, and it means so much to me, but in about a day or 2, I'm going to be on the next thing. I know I got a lot of things to prove in my life, and I have that chip on my shoulder, but you know, it was so great. I can't thank my teammates enough and my coach for giving me the freedom and them, you know, having my back through everything. So I'm really grateful for them, and this community has been so paramount to our success, and I'm very grateful for them.
Coach, could you describe your emotions at the end of the game there the last couple of minutes?
I tell you, I've been at VCU. I can't tell you the number of times, but I remember my first time, and I remember this time, and the times between. And the feeling when your season's over and you just lost, whether it's a title game or the Final Four, and those are hard feelings. And that feeling's not here now. And you know, our staff talked about, wonder what it would feel like if it happened. Would you still be sad? Coach Fugit came up to me at the end. He said, "It's not sad." So it was, man. I tell you what, it was overjoyed. And, really just thankful to the Lord Jesus for giving me 20 years of kids like this. I love these guys. You know, ring or no ring, these guys are special to me. And the guys before, Jamie Hackney's on my staff, John Reed Barnes, my statistician, those guys put in the same kind of work and time. And, you know, it means that he's right. This thing is for them and for you guys. It's less for me. You know, I'm an old guy that just likes to be around the ball, but these kids are special to me.
Zac, what does it mean to you to be part of history of Gate City?
I mean, it's incredible. Ever since I was a young kid, I've been around this program, you know, more than anybody almost. I mean, I watched my brother, you know, I watched him play in the state championship game, and I remember him losing that, and it was almost like I lost one. So I knew whenever I wanted to get to high school, I knew that's all I wanted to do, win a state title. You know, to finally be here, it's unbelievable.
Coach, what does it say about these guys knowing the stakes, the atmosphere, to play an entire half of basketball, state championship, not turn the basketball over, and play maybe your best game of the year in the biggest game of the year?
We've been playing better since the Graham lost. It says a lot about their character. And I tell you what, it speaks highly of the time that they've invested. nobody in this room knows how much time these guys have invested. I've seen it. I don't know that I've had two players put as much time into their bodies and into the game as these two guys. And when you invest, you deserve victory. That's kind of what this game was. These guys had paid the price to win this game. And they went to work last year when Robbie Lee beat us. That was a terrible hurt in our locker room, and these guys remembered it. We talked about it all year. So, I think investment has paid off for these guys, and thank goodness for me, finally got one. But it's a joy for me. I tell you, I'm a blessed man. I really truly am.
Mac, is there a sense of relief there? Because, the pressure, this is probably a record for people in a post-game interview, but, is there a sense of relief kind of taking care of business like that? Because, you got a lot of expectations.
Yeah, it's kind of just a sense of, not being just completed what you set out to be. Like Zac said, me and Zac used to do everything together, AU, and all we wanted to do, man, was win a state title. We didn't think of college ball or anything like that. We said we want to win a state title, and I don't know if Coach remembers this, but it was my 7th or 8th grade year, and they just lost. And it was kind of risky for me to say this, but he came out, and I saw him in the hallway, and I said, Coach, we're going to win you a state title. I don't know if he remembers it.
I absolutely do.
And I'm glad we could fulfill that promise.
Let me tell you about this guy real quick. You want to get this. Every wall that somebody's put in front of him, he's tore it down. So keep putting up walls, and let's just keep saying he can't do this, can't do this, can't do this, and just watch the next couple of years. He's a special kind of kid. He's not a kid anymore, he's a man. We saw that tonight. That speaks highly of his confidence to say in the 7th grade we're going to win you a state title. And this young man over here is so solid. He can score 2 or he can score 32. The man is solid. We saw how good he is tonight too. Really proud of him. We saw how good Jarvis Bone was. My goodness, that young man is tough. He is tough. He's hard to handle. And they got a good program, and hats off to them too. It was a good game.
Talk about that block on Vaughn there, Mac. So some people were a little surprised you went up there and challenged him.
If you know me, you probably wouldn't be surprised that I would challenge.
I got a chance to see your weight room about a month ago, and you said the whole team comes together and works out there. Can you just talk about what you guys do as a team to get here? And following back up, I saw you guys jump in the stands after the game and go celebrate with your fans. What's this mean to the Gate City community?
Man, I tell you, our fans are the best anywhere. They drove 6.5 hours and packed this place. And these guys, they've been blessed by big crowds all year. And our folks love our kids. We live in the best community, I think, in the world. And so it means a lot to our community. These kids mean a lot to our community. When kids leave our school and they go on and do bigger things, they always come back and they feel the same way that I feel. It's home, and it's hard to match it. I played in college, but it was hard to match the atmosphere that we had. So we, like you said, we wanted to win that thing for our fans, for our past players, for Coach Ervin, his dad. You guys don't know how much he's done for our program. And his dad, Mac McClung, has been kind of our weight trainer for the last 3 or 4 years. He's just taken that under his wing. We got a lot of people that have invested. I actually get to do the easy job. Sometimes it's easy. No, really, I got to do the easy job. I get to coach them. A lot of folks, a lot of hands went into this, and they honored people's investment tonight.
Hey, Mac, where do you get your workout from? I see how you work on the floor and how you control the game and stuff. Who drives you to work like that? That's something that's inside of you, something that you do, and nobody's driving you, just something that comes from you yourself.
I honestly think I was born with it. I think my sister helped mold it though. She was strong. She was actually a really good athlete herself. And we would compete 24/7. I was 4 years younger than her. When she beat me, I'd rather do anything to lose. I cannot stand to lose. So, I just always had that will and that chip on my shoulder, and I keep getting walls put in front of me, and I'm going to keep doing my best to knock them down.
Matt, you're the career scoring leader in basketball. Virginia sister's the career scoring leader in soccer. Who's the best athlete?
I think that's a ridiculous question. I'm just kidding.
His dad.
My dad would like to say
His dad was a freak. I don't know. Go back and watch the film and play Tech for Beaver, but
I was a competitor myself. I'm going to say it myself.
Max is pretty unbelievable.
Coach, you got one number 400 tonight. Is that?
I had
mean
no
anything to
idea.
you?
I had no idea. It just tells the world that I'm old. That's it. I've done it a long time. You know, God certainly has poured down a blessing on me tonight with what these guys did for us.
Scott, you sort of talked about the grand loss there. If you two could talk about that some, those of us who watched you pretty much all season. You were a different team, obviously you were a good team before that, but after the grand loss, it seemed like you were more on a mission. You guys can address that a little bit, is what you're feeling for.
Yeah, after that grand loss, it was really, we obviously played not up to par, but my dad, when he said that after the game, you know, I think it really hit us, and it really drives us. That next week in practice was, it was the most sharp we've ever been, and that really, really motivated us to get to this point. And you know, if we had won that game, playing the same way we had been playing, you know, we know that we got knocked out by Radford or Ari Lee or someone. But, so I think that was just it drove us to get here.
Just one more, Scott. What does this win mean for Southwest Virginia? Is this a statement? You got 3 teams.
I think it is. You know, Robin Dotson, what he's done, my goodness, holy cow. But in boys basketball, you know, I think back to the, Twin Springs in '93, and I was fortunate to coach at Twin Springs for 5 years and coach some great kids, some great players, and they almost knocked the door down again, but they won it in '93. Council won it in 2001 maybe. In our area, I think we're next, I believe, in boys, if I'm not mistaken. It is difficult to come from far southwest Virginia and come up here and win, because really, once you get, Roanoke and up, there are a lot more leagues, there are a lot more players. It takes a special group, I think, like Council had and Twin Springs had that year, to knock it down. We've been really close. Had some special groups ourselves, but to actually get it it means something. Yeah, it means something. And we did it with our kids. None of these kids transferred in here, and that has always been important to me. Win or lose, I feel like God's called me to a community to help raise young men, and He's called me to this community for these young men. I'm not against transfers, don't get me wrong, but we've had some really good ones too. I think Hunter Jones and those guys, but you guys don't know Hunter, but sweet family moved in the area. But anyway, I say that to say we did it with our kids, and nobody can take that away from us. Their pictures are going to hang in the gym, and in 30 years they're going to be sitting in the stands, their back hurting, and watching their kids play. They're going to point up to that picture that's out of date, wrinkled, and that's something. They're going to be old one day and not be able to play. You guys, this game's going to go, but this is something that will last forever. First time.
Can you go ahead and address that Graham issue you were starting to say?
Before we played Graham, we came out playing like we could, play sloppy, and we thought we could still beat teams just because out of our talent with Zac and Bradley and some other big components. But I think, like you said, if we don't lose that game, it woke us up. We can't just play the way just play shooting any shot we want and everything like that. So we realized we had to focus, and I've never seen a group of guys so locked in. You see, looking in people's eyes at school, everybody's just straight faced. Everybody was it just felt like we were on a mission all together, and it's a feeling it's hard to explain.
Anything else?
Yeah, Matt, what's it gonna feel like going back to school after something like this? What's that feeling?
Oh, I'm not going back. Just kidding.
Yeah, you accomplished what you needed to, huh?
No, I'm just kidding. I think it'd be great because I feel like it was so many of the student bodies. It was so much of them with us. I feel like they were right with us. They were everywhere. So, I feel like we just get to celebrate with them, and that's going to be awesome.
Guys, good? Great.
Thank you.